Hey everyone, I'm Emily Slutton.
And I'm Jessica Kantak.
Stay tuned for Wctv's first show 2009, covering our 10th anniversary, Mr. McCormick's replacement, and homeschoolers at school.
We'll be right back. Emily, did you know WCTV's been on for 10 years?
Whoa, are you serious? That's insanium in the cranium.
Tell me about it. Through the past 10 years, we've made many accomplishments and breakthroughs here at WCTV. As a way to give tribute to these, we held a 10th anniversary reunion for all those who had been involved in the program. Here's Paige with what went down.
What's 367 lengths of the football field? 83 and a half laps around the track? Or one trip to Fort Dodge all equal to? The amount of tape WCTV has used in the past 10 years. WCTV has gone through 158 talent and techies, 21 student directors, and 11 tech directors in the past 10 seasons. During the 10-year reunion party, some of the members of WCTV got the chance to meet up with the past students. Brock Jacobson and Katie Niggemeyer had this to say about their past experiences in WCTV. What was your favorite part of WCTV?
I'd say my favorite part was just being allowed to make a fool of myself with all my friends and do it as an assignment. Also just being in a group of kids that had the same passion that I did to perform and report for the people of Webster City and the students. That was fun to be with people like Katie too on a daily basis.
What was your favorite part of the reunion?
I love that you guys put together a really detailed compilation of everything over the last 10 years, and the bloopers were hilarious. To see everybody that's been involved and just to see the real side and the professional side of everybody.
WCTV progressed on the backs of students like Brock and Katie and all the other talent, techies, and directors over the years, but none of this would have been possible without the advice of Cliff Dodge. How did you become involved in WCTV?
I became involved when Mr. Niggemeyer and Mr. Kidney called me 10 years ago and asked me to come down and look through the Frigidaire station with them and find out what television equipment they had there that could be useful in building a studio here. Then once we brought the equipment back here and sort of filled it out with other new equipment to complete a studio, I came back to help work with students to create the first newscast, actually run through all the different positions of what makes up a newscast. And then we actually produced our first show that day. And then I left and then came back 2 years later to watch a final WCTV program, and I've been watching ever since.
You may be surprised to know that WCTV has broadcast more shows than the list behind me. Some popular ones are MASH, Seventh Heaven, Friends, X-Files, That 70s Show, Full House, and South Park. Now to continue on with show number 254, we'll send it back to Jessica and Emily in the studio.
I can't believe this is show 254. Mr. Niggemeyer said it seems like yesterday that he expanded his role as a teacher and became WCTV instructor as well as an art teacher. Speaking of art teachers, there's a new staff to our school this semester. Bree will tell us a little bit more about the switch.
Yep, your eyes are not deceiving you. No longer will you see Mr. McCormick teaching art unless you plan on attending Iowa State next year, and you might just bump into him in the engineering prototype studio. As you all know, it's a new year, but what you might not know is we will be having a new teacher joining us this semester in this art room. Miss Ewing will be taking the job on as the new art teacher, and it looks like she's going to fill the footsteps very well. Let's go see what she's all about. What are you looking forward to most about teaching art at the Webster City High School?
Mostly just meeting all the new kids. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. We have a ton of new classes, things to try out, so it should be a really good semester. It'll be exciting.
What are the classes that you will be teaching?
I have 2 classes of Intro to Art, 1 graphic design, 1 printmaking, and 1 mixed media. And in all of the classes, they will be very hands-on, and it should be a lot of fun, and I use a lot of real-life experience kind of things so you can connect them to what you already know.
Why did you choose Webster City?
I was looking for kind of a small town vibe, and since I've been here, everyone has been really welcoming and invited me into the community, so it's been really great.
Many teachers come and go through the high school. So what are some survival tips that they can use to survive the high school life?
Just remember when you were in high school.
Get to know each student. Some would surprise you.
Be nice and don't give busy work.
That is some good advice. So teachers, if you're listening, you might want to keep them in mind. But not only do these teachers have new and exciting ways to learn, but they both have interesting personalities that you should take time and get to know. So watch out for this new face that will be roaming the hallways and show her what Webster City High School is all about.
Thanks, Bree. Some of you may often notice some faces you may not recognize walking through the hallway. But don't be fooled. These may not be freshmen.
Homeschooled students from around the county attend Webster City High School for a few courses each day. Brady Harfs has been catching up with some of these part-time students.
Not only at WCHS we have regular students, we have homeschoolers as well. These homeschoolers sometimes have to come to regular school when they get to be about high school age. With unfamiliar faces at WCHS, what do regular students think about these homeschoolers?
Well, you see, Brady, they're just like everybody else.
I think homeschool students should come to regular school because when they're homeschooled, they don't learn as much as we do.
I don't think I would like it because I wouldn't be able to make friends and get involved with school.
They're the most kind, compassionate kids I've ever met.
You may see WCHS students may be unsure of homeschoolers at school. So what do homeschoolers think? Well, Rachel Krim and Laura Westrom are homeschooled, and they'd probably know. What is the differences between high school and homeschool?
Well, one of the differences is we're not really used to having deadlines to get our homework done.
What are some of the difficulties that you have faced when you came to Webster City High School?
Well, it was weird trying to make friends and figuring out where to sit at lunch.
There are some homeschoolers like Laura and Rachel that take actual classes at WCHS, but there are also homeschoolers that are just involved in extracurricular activities. John Johnson is one of these homeschoolers that is just involved in extracurricular activities. John had this to say. What classes and activities are you involved in Webster City?
I'm involved in band, baseball, and cross country.
How are you treated here at WCHS?
I'm treated very well. I'm accepted. Most homeschoolers aren't, but I guess people here at Webster City accept homeschoolers like me.
As you can see, the life of homeschoolers is quite typical to the regular WCHS student. Even though these homeschoolers don't take all of their classes here at WCHS, they're still part of the WCHS community. So if you see them in the hallways, make sure you say hi and make them feel welcome here at WCHS. I'm Brady Harfs reporting for WCTV, and I'm going to find out if I can be homeschooled.
Yeah, Brady, I'm definitely going to take it upon myself to make them feel welcome. For those of you interested, WCTV is looking for a few good men for next year's season. If you'd like to experience the greatness of WCTV and being involved in this class, make sure you talk to Mr. Niggemeyer and register before next year's classes.
That's it for another edition of WCTV. Make sure you make it to tonight's home basketball games to support our Lynx. And good luck to the wrestlers tomorrow at the North Central Conference Wrestling Meet in Clear Lake.
And make sure you all get spiffed up for Winterfest's dance tomorrow, starting at 9 p.m. Also, don't forget to bring your school ID, or you won't get in.
Later.